Hello. We're really excited to have you here tonight, Sachi. Sachi is an expert the Australian expert for the World Summit Awards, and you're also a grand jury member of the awards as well. So if anyone wants to influence Sachi, it's just not allowed, okay? But I recommend that you talk to him. Now, Sachi, you have started this kind of Australian connection with the awards, but I think it's important for people to understand in terms of the actual initiative that's being driven by the United Nations, what it's about, and more importantly, why you thought it was a really good fit for you to get on board, given your experience.
Yeah, so how I got on board, Zara, is not by accident. It's actually, I got selected as a winner once upon a time back in 2015. So that's how I got involved with the World Summit Awards. And then only the doors were open and I got to know about this beautiful side of the world, and which I'm proud to be part of now.
And in terms of the awards themselves, what's the purpose of the awards? What are they trying to achieve?
We put it like this. It's all about being global, digital, and purpose-driven. So the World Summit Awards is one of the most impactful global ecosystems operating in more than 180 United Nations member countries since its inception in 2003. And it contributes to the United Nations World Summit on Information Society, we call it UNWSIS, as well as to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals agenda by means of recognizing the best local digital content with positive impact. And WSC is not just a prestigious award, Sarah, because if you look at today's context, I think we can find thousands of awarding platforms all over the world, and everyone is trying to do something really great. But WSC stands very much ahead of the entire awarding platform concept, mainly because the sheer size of World Summit Awards, if you look at it, being in operation over 180 UN countries is unfathomable. And it has been in the operation since for the last 16 plus years. And if you look at the highly impactful contribution that it gives to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, and specifically in today's context, now when we are entering this decade of action, as we call it, looking at the 2030 agenda for the Sustainable Development Goals, WSA is even more unique in that point of view.
And what do you see as being the most important goal? You know, are we at 17 or 19 at the moment in terms of those UN sustainable goals?
So there are 17 goals, and if you look at Zara, these are the only globally agreed universal social impact assessment framework that we have to date, and actually a blueprint for achieving a better and more sustainable future for all of us. And what WSA does is it allows you to showcase your innovations in alignment with the Sustainable Development Goals. And the SDGs, if you really look at it one by one, these are highly actionable. It's not just theory. This is actually doable for us at each capacity. So by trying to be compliant to the SDGs, it allows you to stay ahead of the crowd and to demonstrate your impact at a very competitive landscape.
And in terms of the global connections that people who enter the awards make, what does that mean for them in terms of being with their peer groups in different markets? And, you know, what do you see happening within that community that you create with the awards?
Yeah, actually, winning WSA is one thing. The real power comes through the network and the connections that you make, Zara, as you correctly pointed out. And the true magic of WSA transpires when you secure your opportunity to attend the WSA Global Congress. So WSA Global Congress is where the winners are invited. So you had to be a winner to be part of that. And at the WSA Global Congress, we bring together all these like-minded problem solvers from around the world, these inspiring entrepreneurs, and we gather all of them under one roof And we allow them to take part in these interactive knowledge sharing sessions, smart discussion forums, and highly engaging networking events. So you can literally experience the emergence of the innovation community phenomena itself happening at WSA Global Congress. And I myself have seen it. And for inspiring entrepreneurs, it gives perspective. And it allows you to even benchmark your innovations at a global scale, because then that's an opportunity that you very rarely get. And also it allows you to broaden your viewpoint. You're coming out of 180 United Nations member countries. Different people are coming from different backgrounds with different exposures. So this allows you to have a better perspective, a better viewpoint, and it gives you the fuel to propel you forward more proactively.
And what were, as a grand jury member, what were some of the standouts for you over the last few years that have really stuck in your mind and heart?
There's plenty actually, dozens if not hundreds. And I would like to take examples from proud examples from Australia itself, because last year we had 3 winners from Australia. So we were in operation in Australia since 2017, and we had the opportunity to bring together quite a lot of Australian impact makers to the global stage. But we had 3 winners last year, and out of 3, 2 of them became global champions as well. So in WSA context, Zahra, the global champion is the best of the best, and we had 2 of them.
Wow.
The Living First Languages platform by the Australian Literacy and Numeracy Foundation being one, as well as we had Social Suite. So it was a remarkable milestone we had last year for Australia.
I love that, Living First Nations. We've had them at Venture Cafe, and yeah, it's just fantastic what they've been able to do to capture the Indigenous language of the country, of our country, and to really be able to share that with future generations. So it's a very special project. And
in fact, I have invited Mark to attend this session today, the CTO of ALNF, to join us in an info table today. So even our participants have the ability to listen to Mark himself and to hear about his experience of being part of the WSA as a process, as part of being a winner, and what was the exposure that he got at the Congress, as well as I heard a lot of good news from him about even getting opportunities to scale the product and the solution to other countries, other regions, with the help of WSA experts. So which is a remarkable story. I'm looking forward to hearing from Mark, where other participants get the opportunity to listen to as well.
That sounds great. And we might jump onto the tables in a second and have that opportunity, because yes, it's super important that we get to understand someone's experience, like Mark, that lived experience as well, with the power of a platform like this. So Jackie's been putting the links in the chat as well. So if anyone wants to either connect with Saatchi online, or you want to have a look at the global contest and understand a little bit more about it. Tonight was just a little bit of an introduction to Saatchi, and I think we're going to do some more over the next little while to really ramp it up and get some really great interest in what it is that you're doing. And I highly recommend, if anyone has a good idea, and I'm sure there's about 6 or 7 SDGs, if not 3, that you can probably align it to, that you have a look at entering yourselves in the award, because as Saatchi said, we obviously punch well above our weight. Isn't that right?
Process. and the good news are now, as of now, we have the World Summit Awards Australia local call open as we speak. So it's a good opportunity for all of us in Australia. And maybe, you can be a startup, you can be a company or an individual, but as long as you are using technology to amplify your positive impact in whatever the solution that you are bringing to the table, this is your golden opportunity. And this is the gateway for you to get a truly United Nations level recognition to the wonderful work you do.
Oh, fantastic.